Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy in another round. The case is now of serious concern. The power outages on the Void Station have become more frequent and a whole series of minor troubles have cropped up with no apparent connection between them, which is even more concerning. The invading Xenos have been carriers of the same parasite that attracted our attention to the situation in the first place. It seems that this infection somehow induces irrational behavior in those who are not infected. An absurd conclusion for sure, but every other conceivable theory has been exhausted. Immediate decision is required. One thing is certain: if we don't do something, the situation will deteriorate. Which action should we take? Expose all infected to the strongest anti-parasitic agent available. Move the infected to an isolated location far from civilization. I go with the first one. I don't know why. Isolation probably would be better. Anyway, luckily the Medicaid stockpiles on the Void Station contain large quantities of anti-parasitic chemicals that could be administered in gaseous form. We were also able to isolate the pilgrims on a abandoned deck. That operation started. Much to our surprise, the whole operation went smoothly. Whether the treatment was effective remains to be seen, but all signs show that the pilgrims are alive and well. Meanwhile, the astropath received an emergency request from the Holy Order. An ancient warship has appeared on the edge of the system, and long-range augury units identified it as a possible major threat. We are instructed to investigate. Actually, a thing we do best, right? Investigating. Nice that the enemies this time are Nurgle demons. It's a data hunt and subject as usual. Unknown parasitic infection. The newly arrived ship is indeed the Obedient, catalogued as lost to an unspecified moral event. Scans confirm that that it has been tainted with the unmistakable Warp-stench of Nurgle. Normally a summary destruction would be in order, but given recent events we must examine the possibility that this ship is somehow linked to our bizarre case of parasites. Board the ship and harvest any functioning Cogitator terminals.
Intelligence assets report several vulnerable Cogitators. Exactly unknown. Tech priests predict moderate hostile presence.
Well, I wouldn't say that, well, fighting demons and, well, I guess demon engines like Hellbrutes or Nurgle dreadnoughts, I wouldn't say that the threat level is minimal, right? It is, I guess, for me at least, always when demons are involved, I would say the threat level should directly increase, right? Okay, got all of them. Nice, and we are, so to say, at the first location. The first data. No, the first Cogitator to get data out, right? Or to gather some informations here on the thing which is going on, right? Okay, this one is gone. I like that.
Accessing hostile network. Data cipher protocols initiated. Warning. Enemy response teams nearby. Prepare for contact.
I am prepared, and let me guess, the first group is a small group with... yes, with champions in it. But only one group actually has a champion. I'll focus on this bad boy. Down he is. The Reborn Marauder. One change which surprised me: the Reborn Marauder never spawned toxic entities. With one patch, why ever? Nico Games actually included the toxic entities. Why ever?
Transfer complete. Terminating access. We've got a good deal of information from them all. Locate other Cogitators.
I mean, don't get me wrong, right? The toxic entities are not nasty enemies at all. I mean, they are quickly killed off with a couple of shots. But if you are used to a certain thing, and there you can see how, you know, the human actually, how human beings operate, you know, if one thing has been in a certain way, you normally want it to stay that way. Although I can always say change is good, right? That means that your life is actually, change is always good for your life, right? When it takes you out of your comfort zone, that is something oh so important. Without that, no change, and you are not developing yourself. But this is something completely different, right? It's not a game, man. So this is why this was actually a little test of mine, right? How much damage can the tarantula gun, turret, whatever you want to call it, do to us? Major hull damage has been done.
Point of entry established. Harvesting data from compromised network. Warning, hostile units inbound.
Oh yeah, and I shall not oversee the last pistol and the 2 pieces of credits. I won't oversee that, I promise. I'm greedy as hell in games. They are gone. Let's take down those boys. I can reload and hack the system. That's actually quite nice. What I have to say, the toxic entities really look nasty, right?
Dynamic extraction. The harvested data is secure. Injecting purge protocols to compromised nodes. Locate next station.
Since I talked about a little bit of when you are used to things, you know, I actually 2 weeks ago I started playing Marvel's Avengers on the PlayStation. You might know this game. If not, you obviously Marvel's Avengers, right? You have certain superheroes, and you can play them. It's like an RPG game where you third-person RPG games, you know, kill the enemy, so to say. Nicely done, nice graphics, absolutely amazing game, love it. I'm talking about single player, not multiplayer. I haven't tested that one out, but being used to things, and with the Marvel movies, obviously you are used to the looks of your superheroes. Iron Man, Tony Stark, looks different. For example, all of them heroes are actually not out of the Marvel movies, so it took a little bit to get used to. I'm still not used to it. And how they sound like, oh man. But well, that's something different. Never get too used to things, right? Oh yeah. Actually, that was actually a little bit, you could argue, waste of a time taking all of them out, but why not gaining some bonus experience points, right? Well, that's what I think.
Accessing hostile network. Data siphon protocols initiated. Warning, enemy response teams nearby. Prepare for contact.
What I've not shown you, right, is the scatter field, which I have gripped in the off, which means we do AoE damage around us if we are surrounded by enemies. Very, I guess, much obliged, very much appreciated once a horde is coming at ya and trying to take you down. Then this is absolutely amazing, right?
Reloading.
Come on, go through it, please.
Indicating no esoteric lesions. Mission is a success. End of log.
What obviously is amazing with the knockback there, that, well, the knockback actually I meant is amazing. So let's quit. As expected, most of the data has been corrupted, and what little is possible to analyze contains no clues connecting the ship to the parasitic infection. It appears this is a case of genuine coincidence. The Obedient is now marked for destruction, and warning beacons have been set in its vicinity. Meanwhile, our pilgrims are still alive, and the anti-parasitic agent appears to have worked. No incidents have been reported, though the power outages will still occur, albeit with reduced frequency. It is very difficult to evaluate this confusing case, as we could not find any direct causality between the unfolding events and the infection. The pilgrim ship will of course remain in quarantine and under observation by lower ranking agents for some times. We have also requested that a specialized 7 team be assembled to conduct deep analysis over all relevant records, and that, you guys, right now actually already brings us to the end of this episode, and you know it. I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed this episode, then please, guys, give me a little thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I see ya in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty. Bye.